All right, today we're diving deep into one of Southeast Asia's most explosive investment opportunities, Vietnam's massive shift to electric mobility. We're going to break down the key market forces, the big players, and the strategic outlook you absolutely need to understand this transition.
Let's just start with the most important number on the board, 18.88%. That is the projected compound annual growth rate for Vietnam's EV market all the way through 2030. This isn't just growth. This is a market moving at warp speed.
So, a staggering number like that begs the question, right? What in the world is fueling this acceleration? To really get the opportunity here, we have to understand what's happening on the ground.
Okay, let's get into the core numbers that really define this incredible high-growth environment. We'll break down the market size, the sales velocity, and the key forces just pushing this adoption forward.
And wow, this chart just lays out the trajectory perfectly. The market is projected to more than double in just 5 years. We're talking a jump from over $3 billion to nearly $7.5 billion. This is not a gradual shift, folks. This is a fundamental market transformation happening right before our eyes. Now let's zoom in on car adoption. In 2024 alone, electric car sales doubled to nearly 70,000 vehicles. And what's really crucial here is that this isn't some niche market anymore. That's already 17% of total car sales, a really significant and rapidly growing slice of the pie.
But if you think that's impressive, the two-wheeler segment is where the story gets even more dramatic. In just the first half of 2025, sales for the most common category of electric two-wheelers surged by over 112% year-on-year. For a country where motorbikes are absolutely king, this is nothing short of a seismic shift.
Okay, so what's behind all this? It really boils down to 3 fundamental forces propelling this market forward. First, it's pure economics. The total cost of ownership is just lower, and affordable models are hitting the mainstream. Second, you have growing consumer awareness, especially around air quality in the big cities. And third, and this is a big one, you've got a government that is actively, and I mean actively, pushing the transition.
And here you can see that government commitment in action. This isn't just talk, it is a clear, long-term roadmap. That 2026 ban on fossil fuel motorbikes in Hanoi's core, that single move provides incredible regulatory certainty for investors and manufacturers. This is policy with real teeth.
Now, what's really interesting is how technology on the ground is meeting this policy push. We're seeing a big shift to safer, more affordable LFP batteries, which is absolutely critical for bringing down vehicle costs. At the same time, localizing battery production is building a much more resilient supply chain. And crucially, the rise of battery swapping. Well, that directly tackles consumer range anxiety, making EVs a practical, easy choice for daily life.
So, with all that going on, how does it translate to the competitive landscape? Well, right now, the arena is defined by this fascinating tension between these powerful domestic champions and a rising tide of foreign challengers.
In the critical two-wheeler segment, the domestic giant VinFast established an early and pretty commanding lead. But you've got to look closely at that chart. Foreign competitors, especially from China like Yadia, are rapidly gaining ground with affordable, aggressive strategies. This is turning into a fiercely contested space. Now, the four-wheeler market tells a story of near total domestic control. I mean, VinFast commands over 98% of sales. But this is the calm before the storm. As global heavyweights like BYD start their market entry, this fortress of domestic dominance is about to be seriously tested. To truly understand the ecosystem, you have to look beyond the numbers and at the players who are executing winning strategies. We've identified 3 distinct archetypes here: the incumbent giant, the niche disruptor, and a critical ecosystem enabler. First up, the giant, VinFast. Backed by one of Vietnam's largest conglomerates, their strategy is all about total ecosystem control, from manufacturing a whole range of vehicles to building out a massive nationwide charging infrastructure. So the crucial takeaway here is their integrated approach. With a smash hit like the affordable VF3 and a clear goal of 150,000 charging points, they're not just selling cars, they're creating powerful network effects and building a very deep competitive moat. Next up, the disruptor, Dat Bike. Now, instead of competing on price, they're carving out the premium segment. They're focused on superior performance and an impressive degree of supply chain localization. Their strategy is surgical. With a best-in-class range of 270 kilometers and a localization rate over 90%, they're targeting those discerning riders who want top performance, not just a commodity. This is a smart way to insulate themselves from those brutal mass-market price wars. And finally, the enabler. A company like OKXE isn't building vehicles. What they're doing is building the bridge for consumers to cross over into the EV world. It's a marketplace that's basically greasing the wheels of the entire gas-to-electric transition. Their value is that they solve a key friction point. They answer the question, what do I do with my old gas bike? Through campaigns like Trade Gas for Electric, they make switching seamless, and that accelerates adoption for the entire market. And now, their ambition is regional. So the momentum is clearly incredible. But for any sophisticated investor or founder, a clear-eyed view of the remaining challenges is absolutely essential for navigating the road ahead.
The key hurdles are pretty clear. There's a reliance on imported battery materials, which creates supply chain risk. The charging infrastructure, while growing, is still uneven. And that foreign competition, well, it's only going to get more intense. But here's the thing. Every single one of these challenges also represents a massive opportunity for innovation and investment.
And this leaves us with a final strategic question. As this market matures and the race really heats up, where will the next wave of value be created? Will it be in manufacturing, the companies building out the essential infrastructure, or the digital platforms that manage the entire ecosystem? For a deeper analysis of that multi-billion-dollar question, we invite you to explore the full report.